She pushed open my front door like she owned the place. No knock, no permission, just that smug look on her face. "This property is under HOA violation," she hissed, waving a fake notice. I stood there, stunned. Before I could even speak, she barked, "Pack your things and leave, or I'll have you arrested tonight." Her voice echoed through my living room. I didn't move. I didn't argue. I just watched her march deeper inside, as if she had conquered something. She had no idea what was waiting for her. The moment she crossed the hallway, her smile froze. Standing in the kitchen were two uniformed officers, arms folded, silent, watching her every move. Her eyes widened, her fake authority crumbling. "What is this?" she stammered, shrinking back. She tried to retreat, but the officers had already seen the notice in her hand. One raised an eyebrow and asked calmly, "Ma'am, where exactly did you get the authority to enter his home?" The room went silent. Her lips trembled as she tried to form an excuse. That's when I finally spoke. "You wanted me arrested." I leaned against the wall, enjoying the moment. "Funny, because you just broke into a federal officer's house." She dropped the paper. Her hands shook. She glanced between me and the officers, realizing she had just stepped into something much bigger than an HOA dispute. She tried to laugh it off, forcing a smile that didn't reach her eyes. "Oh, I was just checking on the property. We in the HOA make sure everything is safe. That's all." The officer didn't move. His partner bent down, picked up the notice, and studied it. "This isn't even real," he said flatly. "The HOA doesn't have this authority, and entering a locked home without permission, that's breaking and entering." Her face went pale. She stepped back, shaking her head. No, you don't understand. He doesn't even live here legally. This house is against code." She pointed at me like I was the intruder. Her voice rose with every word. I stayed calm. I'd been through worse. I folded my arms and let her dig her own hole. "You sure about that?" I asked softly. "Because I think you should take a closer look at the name on the deed." I reached into a drawer and slid a thick folder across the counter to the officers. The lead officer flipped it open, scanning the papers, then nodded. "The deed, mortgage, tax records, all in my name." He looked at Karen sharply. "So tell me again, ma'am, on what grounds did you think you had the right to enter this home?" She froze, mouth opening and closing, panic mixed with anger flickering in her eyes. She wasn't done yet. She had one more card. Karen's voice cracked as she tried to recover, then suddenly turned sharp and commanding. "You're making a mistake," she barked at the officers. "I already reported him to the county. They're on their way. You'll see." I was right all along. For a moment, I saw the officers glance at each other. She had called someone, but who? I leaned forward. "Reported me for what?" My voice was calm, but my chest tightened. Karen crossed her arms. Smug again. "He's a squatter. He broke in weeks ago. I'm cleaning up the mess. The real owners are filing charges." Her confidence sounded rehearsed, almost believable to anyone listening for the first time. The officers turned to me. For the first time that night, the ground seemed to slip beneath my feet. But I didn't blink. I didn't stutter. I pulled my wallet from my pocket and laid it on the counter. The badge caught the light. "You might want to think carefully about what you just said," I said, voice slow and steady. "Because you didn't just lie to a neighbor, you lied to a federal agent." Karen's smile collapsed. Before she could react, tires screeched outside. Red and blue lights flashed through the windows. More vehicles, more uniforms. Karen straightened. "What?" "That's them," she whispered. "Now you'll see." But I knew something she didn't. What was about to happen outside would flip everything upside down. The front yard lit up in red and blue. Doors slammed. Radios crackled. Boots hit the pavement. Karen held her chin high as if she'd already won. "Finally," she muttered. "Now he's finished." The two officers inside didn't move, but their eyes stayed on me. The front door burst open. Two deputies stormed in, hands on their belts, scanning the room. Karen rushed forward, waving her arms. "That's him. Arrest him." The deputies paused, glancing at me and then at the badge on the counter. One blinked, recognition dawning. Then he straightened, tipping his hat slightly. "Evening, Agent. Didn't realize this was your case." Karen's smile froze. "Agent," she whispered, voice cracking. The deputy ignored her, looking at me with respect. "We got a call about a break-in, but the caller left out some details." His gaze sharpened on Karen, her face drained of color. "No, he's lying. He tricked you all," she shrieked. "You don't understand. I'm protecting the neighborhood." The deputy didn't respond. He pulled out a notepad and turned to me. "Want to press charges, sir?" Karen staggered back, shaking her head. For the first time, fear replaced arrogance. She knew the ground under her was crumbling, but she wasn't done yet. Her breathing turned sharp, almost panicked. Then she snapped her head up, eyes blazing. You can't arrest me. I work with the HOA legal board. I am the authority here. She jabbed at the deputies and then at me. He's abusing his power. He's tricking all of you. The deputies didn't flinch. One stepped closer, calm but firm. Ma'am, yelling won't change the fact that you broke into a federal officer's house. Karen lunged for her purse, yanking out her phone. I have proof, she shouted, fumbling with the screen. She pulled up an email with an official-looking letterhead. Look, the county says he's under investigation. The deputies leaned in. For a tense second, my stomach tightened. Then the younger deputy frowned. The seal, it's fake, he muttered, angling the phone so I could see the blurry logo. Sloppy, obvious to anyone with training. I couldn't help a small smile. Karen, I said quietly, you just used forged government documents in front of government officers. Her face went white. She clutched the phone like a shield. No, you're lying. You're all in on this together. She spun toward the front door, but the deputies were faster. One hand clamped on her arm, freezing her. That's enough, the senior deputy said coldly. You're coming with us, Karen thrashed, kicking and screaming, but terror shone in her eyes. As they hauled her toward the patrol car, I realized this wasn't just about me. She'd pulled stunts like this before, and tonight it finally caught up with her. The night air outside was thick with flashing lights. Karen kicked, screamed, swore she'd sue everyone in the county, but it didn't matter. The whole neighborhood had gathered on the sidewalk, phones recording every second. Her reign of fake authority was collapsing. Inside, one of the original officers turned to me with a faint smile.